Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a special edition show, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk top four race. As you guys can see in the title, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, you already know the vibes. All three clubs fighting for two positions. It's going to be a little bit of musical chairs maybe over these last 3, 4, 5 game weeks. And we're here to discuss it. We're here to talk about the top four. We're here to talk about the race for Champions League football. Will it be whoa or will it be the champions? This is what we're here to find out today, ladies and gentlemen. As we're just going to address Liverpool, we're going to address Manchester United, we're going to address Newcastle Football Club, ladies and gentlemen, as now they're a part of this. Newcastle are a part of this, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't just here for vibes. They're here to play a part in this entire situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, you guys ain't new here. You already know the drill. Make sure you slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video. Subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. And keep letting us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Get involved in the conversation. Get involved, let us know your thoughts. And we'll try to read out as many comments as possible. So, this is going to be a fantastic stream. Let me big up everyone in the comments before we get started. Big up to Muhammad Ammar, big up to Hafiz, big up to Steve for the super chat. Thank you so much, Steve. Big up to you, even though you are on the panel, my brother, not to spoil it. Big up to Jared. Make sure you listen to him and like and subscribe. Big up to Danny. Big up Shafiq, Gary, Digital Drifter, Tariq. Yes, I am here, guys. I literally fell asleep one time. Like you guys just mocking it now. Big up to KJ1. Big up to Digital Drifter. Pranav is in the building. Jordi Toon is in the house. Big up to you. A big up to Ali. Big up to Tendi. Of course, we have a couple of Newcastle streams that always Newcastle fans, sorry, that always watch us. Big up to Nani. Big up to everyone. Big up to Tron, my brother. Stay tuned. 11 p.m. Hussam X Tom Little, inshallah. We're going to talk Liverpool transfers. But today it's about the top four. It's about the Premier League. And let me introduce the panel, ladies and gentlemen. First, you've already seen his name in the comment section. Known for his loud ass nature. Known for supporting about 15 different clubs and the infamous Newcastle United. Joining us on the channel is none other than America's finest. Calls himself Strasbourg Steve. Man like Steve has joined us. How you doing, Steve, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. And yep, typical American, loud, boisterous, blah, blah, blah. I fit it to a T, to be honest. So, yeah. Is what
like
your
yeah,
thanks,
ain't helping you if you're trying to disguise as non-American. Like that's as American as it gets right there.
Is what it is. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Thanks for having me
Always
on.
Welcome,
It's a pleasure. So
big up, my brother. Big up. Joining us on the channel as well, representing Newcastle United. This is a debutant. It's his first time on This is Football. You know, he is a Newcastle fan. I've seen him work on a couple of different channels. I've seen him do YouTube work. He's very grounded, you know, very knowledgeable on Newcastle as well, and been supporting them for a really long time. So he isn't one of them new ride the wave Newcastle fans. He's been there. He's been through the most with Newcastle United. So today, making his debut on This is Football is none other than the man himself. Man like Specs has joined us. How you doing, my brother?
Come on, bro. I'm good. I appreciate you inviting me. You know me, I'm humble. Newcastle all the way from 96. Can't say no more. Let's do this, man. Geordie Dread TV, let's go.
Big up Specs, man. And now we have to bring on the other club. The Ops, ladies and gentlemen. The one club that probably all three on the panel currently hate. You know, we just hate that club, can't stand it, you know. Let me introduce first Super Sub today, and he comes in clutch. I was going to say like Divock Origi, but he's a Man United fan, so I'm going to just say like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You've seen us work on the terrace before. It's always hashtag KJ out. Regardless of our lovely relationship we have, it is hashtag KJ out all day, every day. And from the name, you already know who's joining us. The man, the myth, the legend. Man like KJ is joining us. How you doing, KJ, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, people. No matter what happens in life, I just know Hussam will blame me for something. So that's all I know, man. But now things are good. Big up Hussam. This is football. Obviously, you know where to check me out on the football test and that. Let's go, people. Let's go.
Big up, KJ, man. And finally, last but not least, he came on the channel last time when we did one of these Premier League review shows with Igal. Igal did a horrible job introducing us to each other, may I add. He introduced him as some sort of angry guy who's coming on to fight me. He wasn't angry, he wasn't there to fight me, but, you know, hashtag blame Igal. Igal is at mistake for 90% of the things that go wrong in the footballing world.
Sure.
But last time, I can't lie, I felt like I got under his skin minimum 10 times on that stream. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll try today to not be an asshole because I'm today my vibe is a calm vibe. So joining us on the channel is a man that you've seen on the terrace, and kudos to him because after West Ham I saw him on the terrace and he was there fighting alone by himself. So many United fans bottled it, you know. So joining us on the channel is Eldon Staffy, man like Mustafa. How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me, bro. Listen, I wish my internet was as good as that intro, but my internet have to be on my phone today. But big up, man.
Madness. It's all
Big
good,
up,
bro.
Big up, man. Big up. Listen, Igal don't give you them intros. That's all I'm gonna say. Big up, Igal, man. Big up, Igal.
Big up, Igal.
Oh my god. Big up to Amir says thoughts on Henderson's comment compared to Modric. Hey, I could wake up tomorrow and compare myself to Bradley Cooper. That don't make it true. I ain't trying to win sexiest man alive, you know, so it just ain't gonna work out, you know. Big up Henderson, you know, captain and all of that. But the Modric comparison, like it just shows the lack of self-awareness, you know. But big up Amin, big up Steve, everyone watching us right now, 100 people in here, we ain't even started yet. Slap up that like button, subscribe to This Is Football right now, like the video and subscribe. And I feel like first, we must start with the newcomers. You know, we must start with the club in the Northeast, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Yes, the surprise package. And I want to go to specs first on this one. Newcastle, top 4 race, probably felt a little bit comfy, probably until maybe that Arsenal loss. How are you kind of feeling about Newcastle United this season in general and in the top 4 race as well?
Well, to be honest, at the start of the season, maybe I can speak for other Newcastle United fans. I didn't see this coming in this position at this point of the season, being third. So that was a shock. But at the same time, when I look back, I'm not surprised because from last season, when we had that running going, when Eddie Howe started getting things into smooth, and then we had a good, we kept on basically having a good run. So I thought, shouldn't be that surprised because we'll go into next season, which is this season. But at the same time, I'm surprised. Like, I'm proud of the boys, proud of Eddie, the spirit. We're shaking it up, writing a few others. We're changing the narrative. They don't like it, but we ain't going nowhere. It's a new era. So, yeah, man, long may it continue. But in terms of top 4, I'm not going to lie. I'll be real. I'm a touch nervy because of Liverpool. Just winning and winning all of a sudden. If they say Man United are nervous, we're nervous too. Why not? Yeah, we're 3 points ahead, I think, and a game in hand, but we just got to beat Leeds. That's the main thing anyway. But back to you, man.
Steve, what are you saying for Newcastle?
Bro, honestly, and Specs will know this too, I am kind of bricking it for Saturday because we all know Leeds. I think Leeds have taken... Did Leeds take points off of you, off Manchester United?
They took 2 off us. We played them.
Yeah.
You remember there was that 1
It
week.
was twice in like a week or something.
Yeah.
Midweek and then a Saturday or whatever.
We tied with them at home, but then we beat them right away in their ground.
Yeah. So, and then Husam, obviously, they one of the only teams to beat you at Anfield. And they also took points off us with the 0-0 draw. And then now these guys, these bozos, Leeds, they're bringing in Allardyce. And they only lost 2-1 to Manchester City, for God's sake. I was watching a few Leeds channels, and these guys are like, yeah, you know, I honestly, this could be a cricket score. Like, it's just awful. It's awful. Like, that was terrible Yorkshire accent. We'll just ignore it.
There's nowhere near Yorkshire accent, but don't worry, my friend. I like the
not that bad. Not that bad.
I don't know, man. But seriously, these guys, I am bricking it because this is a 12:30 kickoff tax. It's away tax. It's Allardyce tax. It's and you know what it could possibly be the worst is Newcastle bottling it tax. That's the thing I'm worried about because we've been in strong positions before and advantageous positions before in the past, and we you know we've let go of it. But if we can get past Leeds with the win, I'm not taking no draw, because a draw to a team near the relegation zone, we can't be doing that. If we want to be a top 4 team, you go away from home against a team that you should beat, and you take care of business. I don't care how you get the win. Just get 3 points. The 100%. Thing for me that I'm most concerned about is the start of the game. The start of the game. Because if we go back to our last 12:30 kickoff against Villa, Ollie Watkins is in behind within 30 seconds. And he hits the post. So he could have gotten pegged back immediately. I think of away to Brentford before that. I don't think it was 30 seconds in that they were already trying to score, but we did not start off that game very well at all. So away from home, the form table would show you that, you know, the only real bad slip up was the Aston Villa 3-0 loss, but we've needed a lot of second half super sub Eddie Howe performances.
Yeah,
we've needed that a few times, so that has me a little bit worried. I mean, it is nice to have that, but I'm trying to take care of business in the first half. We've seen Crystal Palace do it, and we saw obviously Liverpool, you know, absolutely blow them out the water. So for me, it's all about the start of the game, because, you know, Ellen Road is going to be a mad place. They don't like us as a Northeast kind of thing, so it's tricky, man. It's going to be tricky. Biggest game of the season so far for us. Biggest game of the season. And for Leeds, it's also just as important, if not more important, given relegation. You see crazy performances and wins in terms of, wow, I did not think so-and-so would beat Man City or Man United, you know? So these relegation teams, I hate playing them this type of year. Absolutely hate it. But yeah,
but usually though, just saying quickly, usually when we do lose, we always end up going on a run.
Yes, we bounce back.
A winning run. So hopefully that can be a factor.
Yeah.
Because in the Arsenal game, we didn't play that. We played decent, bro. We just wasn't getting in the net. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully keep that spirit and just go on a run. Hopefully, but yeah, who knows?
It's for me. It's the 12:30 tax. That's my biggest problem, because we've seen so many games this year. I think the big one I look to is Brentford went away to Man City and won just before the World Cup. The game before, actually, and we all know Brentford are a pretty decent team. Tony, the star of that team, with some other guys like Jensen, I really like, Janelt, etc. But I mean, my God, I the way they played that game was unbelievable. It's 12:30 tax. That's my
let me just say this on this weekend's game before Staffy and KJ, everyone just chime in on this whole Newcastle thing. I can't lie to you, bro. Like, I'm sorry, Specs. I'm sorry, Steve. I like you both, but honestly, like, everything is just pointing to a Leeds win, and it's just that Big Sam guy. It really is just Big Sam. And you know what it is? Here's my thing, right? This is where sometimes in football, we've watched football long enough, all of us here. Like, when it comes to managers, sometimes it ain't about the beautiful game. Specifically where Leeds are, it ain't about the beautiful game. Like, if you ask a Leeds fan, would they happily win every single game with a stinky 1-0 horrible football?
Absolutely.
You know, they're taking that result. And for me, I look at that game and I look back at the City game that Steve mentioned, right? And this is my thing. Let's all cut the crap here. If it was Javi Garcia or Bielsa or whoever, they would have lost at the Etihad by 5 or 6, played open, expansive football. They went to the Etihad and actually showed a good account of themselves. And there was a point in time where maybe you thought Leeds could even get a draw.
After that Gundogan penalty miss.
Yeah. Exactly. So that will only give them belief for this Saturday. And this is actually maybe only the 3rd or 4th Newcastle watch along I'm planning on doing this whole year, because I actually really believe something is going to happen. Ellen Road, 12:30 kickoff, Sam Allardyce, Steve Sutton, all of them.
Well, we have to score first then. That's my motto.
We have
to score first. If they score first, they're going to start seeing a lot of house street. And people like
Crucially before halftime. Yeah. Survive the first 20 minutes. When it's these away games at these crazy venues like Ellen Road, Anfield, whoever, the first 20 minutes, you can get swallowed up by that crowd. You can get absolutely swallowed up. Even if it's a relegation side or battling for it, bro. You can literally get swallowed up in the first 20 minutes, because if you let that crowd into the game, oh boy, you're fighting an uphill battle. You really, really are. So
KJ, Staffy, what are you guys saying on the Newcastle?
yeah,
story?
talk to me, people. And you hate Leeds, so
listen, Bun Leeds, but I don't know why you man are stressed. Leeds suck ass. I'm sorry. You'll be fine. I know relegation battle fight is a real thing. New manager bounce.
And the 12:30 tax.
The 12:30 tax is not that important.
Nah, it's strong.
Nah. If you're a good team, you play 12:30, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 1 a.m. You beat whatever team's in front of you in it. So that's not really an issue for
yeah, I'm not trying to frame it as an excuse, by the way.
I'm just saying.
Juju.
For me, it's not the judge you need to worry about. I think you guys will just get through the game. You guys will be hungry to make up for that loss against Arsenal. And I don't think you guys should be worried at all about dropping out of the top 4. You guys are cemented, in my opinion. You've only got one really tough game, which is Brighton in midweek in a couple of weeks. So yeah, if I'm a Newcastle fan, I'm confident and I'm happy that you're winning.
You're really confident about the Leeds thing, though, KJ.
The Leeds, yeah. Listen, this team can beat Leeds easily. They're that good. I honestly believe Newcastle are that good this season. It's not about whatever players that they've got. Like they've got this name, they've got that name. It's just the way they play as a team. They've got like there's a second in or third in the amount of losses that they've got. They've only got like 5. Like come on,
we're tied up.
They've got one of the best defenses.
No, it's about 5.
Yeah, one of the best defenses in the league.
Arsenal, Liverpool at home, Aston Villa away, Anfield away, and Man City away.
Yeah, I got the table here. It says you've got 5 losses out of 34. I'm sorry,
which is ridiculous.
What you got to be worried about is a draw. Don't think about losing. Maybe a draw happening, but you guys are good enough. You're an excellent team, one of the best teams in the league this year, hands down. And I don't think you should be worried about top 4 at all. I think you guys have got it secured. After Brighton, you got 2 winnable games, and including Chelsea, them man suck. So
and Leicester, for me, when I look at them, they look like the biggest thing with Leicester, why I think they are going down, is because barely any of their players know what it's like to be in a relegation dogfight. Barely any of them. Because for me, when it comes down to relegation, yes, you need some quality, particularly moments of quality, just to bail you out. But you also have to have a certain mentality and a certain edge, a certain mental strength sort of thing. You have to really, really, really get dirty and nasty.
I kind of like KJ's ignoring all nuances, though. All the little storylines. They do come true sometimes.
No. I'm not saying they don't come true. I just think they don't come true tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow on Saturday. I think Newcastle.
Should we be worried for the Brighton game, you think, then?
Yeah.
Is that like a game, KJ, where you kind of understand, like, that is a tough,
that'll be a tough game. I think Brighton,
even though we're at home.
I think Brighton will be a tough game. They've got a point to prove. They're for you as well. So yeah, I think it'll be a clash of philosophies, which is going to be beautiful to see. Like 2 teams that like to play good football. So I think that's the game that you need to be worried about personally. Leeds, again, new manager bounce at home. Sam Allardyce, I see it. But I just believe your players are mentally strong enough to get past that. And you're a true my guy. Listen, I like you. I actually think Chelsea next season will be very good next year. I don't think they'll be as bad as this year. But right now, the position that they're in, it's just...
Let me tell you another nuance, KJ. You've been watching the Premier League for a long-ass time. You know Chelsea are just shit houses like that. They'll put their noses in something that they don't belong.
You haven't beat them at Old Trafford for a while.
That's coming against... Don't worry about that. That little moment there is coming against United. Don't worry.
You're so pessimistic about your own club and so optimistic about Newcastle. That's wild.
I'm actually very realistic with my own club. But when we talk about United, we'll get into that. But yeah, Newcastle are good. They'll be fine.
So, KJ, I would just like to point out, head-to-head wise, they did draw with us 0-0 at St. James's Park in the reverse fixture earlier in the year.
We
did. Yeah, Leeds. It was a 0-0.
When was
Yeah,
It was a
but you
tough
guys,
one as well. It
yeah,
was a
but the
tough
thing
one.
is,
It wasn't easy. It wasn't.
yeah,
So you know.
the issue with Newcastle at the start of the season and towards the
Breaking down low blocks.
and after the World Cup, it was the scoring goals.
Clinical.
You
Yeah.
guys have been scoring goals left, right, and center ever since
Yeah.
you beat Man United 2-0. Like, actually, even before that, you might have been scoring more goals. But you guys have got goals in you guys.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you guys will win in the end, because you got the quality, you got the goals, you got the players that are hungry. They smell Champions League football. And
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're hungry for it.
And Specs was absolutely correct. When we do have the 5 losses, we generally, I think 5 out of those 4 times we followed a loss up with a win. So that is something I'm looking forward to. And you'll remember, Specs, last year, John Joe Shelby with the free kick. That was a 1-0. So last time we went there, actually, we did win.
And that was the game that started off this journey.
This whole thing.
That game.
Yeah.
That game.
The gray and gold kit.
Let me get my.
Let's Staffy go, because I know he wanted to time and go.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't believe I had to wait like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes hearing Steve cry about Leeds. I really can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
Cry.
You guys are, I'll tell you why. You guys are supposed to be upcoming and all that. I mean, like, Sam just gave you guys a great intro about you and your club. You know, you're joining the big boy club now. You know, you're going to champion next year. You know, you're trying to finish 3rd. And I can't believe I have to sit here and hear you cry about little. They're about to get relegated, bro. Listen, I understand there's banana slips. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. You know, we thought we would beat them easy, but we ended up tying, and then we beat them at home. So it does happen. But there's no way you should be sitting here. I think you made a list of excuses.
No, they ain't excuses. No.
Tax, the Leeds tax, the relegation battle tax, Sam Allardyce tax. Like, bro, you just hit me with so much tax, and it's tax season in the U.S. You know that. This guy,
bro, we're not used to this, Staffy. We're not used to it. We're ahead of schedule.
You don't know what Steve Bruce does to you as a sporting fan.
Staffy, I'm sorry to cut in. I know you gotta go in it. But when they're sitting there like, oh, we've been through this, we've been through that, like, that is true. But if you guys were with Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley in this position, I would understand the stress. But you're not. This is a completely clean slate, new owners, a new manager, basically half a new squad. It's not the same. It's not the same. I'm sorry, it's not.
But it takes time to get used to, bro. Remember, still.
But you gotta understand that that's not the situation anymore. I think Steve still thinks this is Newcastle fighting relegation a season or 2 ago. It's not the same Newcastle anymore. This is big boy Newcastle.
Oh yeah.
If I'm sitting here talking about Man United like that, or Hassam is sitting here talking about Liverpool like that, trust me, you guys would be ripping us a new one. But I cannot sit here and allow you to be talking about that, about Leeds, bro. You guys, after you lost to Villa, you went ahead and scored 6 against Spurs and then 5 against Everton. Okay.
And then I think 5 against West Ham.
4 against Everton.
For the loss, but you scored like 11 goals in 2 games. Okay, you just lost to Arsenal. But there's no way, bro. You just scored 11 goals against 2 teams, and I'm gonna sit here and think that you have no chance against Leeds with all these tax you listed in front of me. Like, bro, come on. Like, I felt like you were the IRS with all these tax.
I don't think no one's saying we've got no. With me and saying that we've got no chance. It's just it's a bit nervy. That's all. That's all we're saying. It's a bit nervy.
This is what we're questioning. Where are these nerves coming from? You guys are in the position.
I just said all the nerves. They've only, to be fair, we've only beaten them 1 out of the past 6 meetings.
And that will probably go back to flipping 1995.
Bro, but look at Everton.
No. We meant the championship.
Look what Everton did to Brighton, bro. Everton.
Yes.
These things can happen, bro.
Yeah,
I like
things can. I'm not saying things can't happen. Things can, but you're not listening to. I don't think you guys listen. I'm saying you guys are better than those circumstances.
Oh, of course. We're so much better than Leeds in like every aspect of play.
Not being better than Leeds. It is about that, but it means that all the circumstances and the taxes that you're talking about. I'm saying it's rebate. Yeah, tax rebate, bruv. You're gonna overcome.
I can get on board with that tax rebate
I believe
season.
you'll overcome them. That's how good your team is, man. Like.
I like that, KJ. That gives me a very
you're in such a powerful position in the top 4 race as well. You guys dictate it. You guys really truly dictate. You guys can shut off one spot, but with like one, like I reckon you win this game, you're set.
Listen, Steve, I don't know if the fact that you needed to hear it from KJ to give you some confidence, I don't know what that tells me about you as a fan and your confidence in your team and Eddie Howe. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like that was pretty embarrassing.
Come on, bro, man. Give us some credit, man.
No,
Hey, I'll be there.
Give credit for that.
When Big Sam is dunking on their head tops, I'll be there. That's all.
To be fair, Specs, these guys have Leeds hate tax. That is another tax.
Yeah, they got a good rivalry with them, I know.
True. It is a rivalry.
I would say they're good, but they're not good this year. Like they're better.
Yeah, no, they're not good. They're not good. And to be fair, John Joe Shelby did smack one.
Leeds are crap. I just believe in Big Sam. And by the way, Newcastle are in a similar position to you guys as well. They can mess up if they get 2 draws. It's not like they need to lose any game.
At this point,
draw to Leeds, draw to Brighton, you out. It's the truth.
Yeah.
The draws feel like losses right now because 1 point doesn't really help you. Because, like as an example, Liverpool only need a win to go 1 point ahead of us. So if you lose or draw, it's about the same thing. I think it would be the same with Newcastle because I think you guys are 3 points ahead of them, something like that.
3 points, game in hand.
Okay. Actually, well, maybe a draw does not help you. It doesn't help us for sure. Like me and KJ.
No, it doesn't help either club.
Why aren't they?
I would be pissed off if we got a draw out of Saturday.
Trust me, bro.
This is the Premier League table as things stand. Newcastle 65 with a game in hand. Man United 63 with a game in hand. If they draw twice, right? That's 66, 67. Add on 6 points to us. We are at 68. So anyway, 2 draws for both clubs and you're out. So that's the thing as well. Like you need to understand. Like I agree with Staffy completely. At this stage of the season, a draw is a loss, bro. Ain't no like a draw. All this, maybe earlier on this season, if Newcastle were to draw to Brighton, you would have been like, "Oh, Brighton are really good. We got a draw. It's not the end of the world." Now it is the end of the world. You can't really afford
business time, man. This is the end of the season.
I made this.
It hurt more.
I made this. Right now, it's like a race. Okay. There's a bear chasing us. That's Liverpool. You don't have to outpace the bear. You just have to outpace your opponent. So it doesn't matter who's faster than the bear right now. I just have to be faster than you. So if you slip, I'm ahead of you. The bear is eating you. That's how it feels right now between us.
If you trip up on a stick and then get eaten, I just gotta get out. Yeah, exactly.
But you don't have to be better than Liverpool. You just have to be better than the other person. Because when it slips, you're gone. That bear is
once like the key thing is that once that game in hand is played and everyone's got what at that point would be I think 2 games each. Actually no, tell a lie, it actually might be 1 game. By the time that game in hand comes on, after it's done, it might actually just be 1 game left. So that's where it's so high pressured right now because it's kind of like if your game in hand comes and it's like okay, we've got 2 games to make up for it, then you can kind of be okay with slipping up. But if it's the game in hand comes, you lose or draw, and then next game is the final day of the season, it's looking techie, man. It's looking techie for everyone.
Therefore.
Because they play their game in hand next game week. Ours in 37. So we'll actually have a better idea of what we need to do by then. Because if I'm correct, you play Brighton next week.
On a Thursday.
So you play Leeds, then Brighton. So if you guys slip, that actually makes it easier for us.
Hey, Staffy, if we do a show before then, he'll tell you Thursday tax. I can't lie to you. Steve is going to write that right there.
The guy just wants any time.
No, we actually have a good record on Thursdays, to be fair.
Okay, perfect then. Perfect. We will see. And listen, before we move on to Staffy and KJ's club, big up to Ryan who says, big up Sam, my brother. I can't lie. I ain't feeling confident about the Ugarte situation. Listen, 11 p.m. UK time. Inshallah, Ryan, Hussam X Tom Little. I'm going to lay into this club. Because I've had it up to here when it comes to transfers. I can't lie, in terms of the top 4, Newcastle could be caught as well, massively overrated. Hey, I ain't gonna say overrated.
I wouldn't say that, bro. I wouldn't
say overrated because even if they finish 5th, it still is like Europa League for them as well. It's like it's European football, It's not.
I'd take that all day, bro. Because then we could, if we significantly strengthen in the summer, we could be 3rd favorites for it, 2nd, maybe even 1st.
100%.
So I'll take European.
No, I'm taking Champions League, man. While we're there, I want Champions League. You get me?
Of course.
But I get you though.
Hey, You know, Specs, Loki. I'm gonna be real with you. I'd much rather United fall off than you. I don't mind Newcastle. I have zero hatred in my heart for it because you know what it is. It's the Scouse Mackhams. When it comes to
Exactly,
Everton, you know, that's the real hatred either.
Yeah.
Like
Real
Liverpool and
hatred,
Newcastle, we don't really hate each other like that. But you know, Man United, if they drop off, oh my God, what I would do in my life this summer. Listen, you know, I have a dream scenario, right? Before I go to KJ's stuff, I have a dream scenario. We overtake Man United on goal difference, and the 7-0 is the reason why we finish. If that happens,
Imagine.
they just can't speak to
You know,
me. They really just
that
can't
would
speak to me.
only count if it was by one goal.
That's
And
good.
it was the 7 goal. We've got crap goal difference no matter
Yeah.
what. So we've got remember we've got the 7-0, the 6-3, the 4-0. Like when we lose, we lose.
KJ,
bad. So
what if
it
the
won't
difference
just
is
be that.
exactly 7 goals?
No,
If the goal
If the difference is
seven,
exactly 7
Yeah,
goals,
yeah,
then-
Touchdown, Broncos. Extra
yeah,
point is good.
if you guys get it by exactly 7, okay, big ass. Then,
What is
like,
the difference?
big
Okay.
ass, bro.
Okay. And listen, before we head to KJ, before we head to Stav to talk about Man United, big up everyone watching us. 220 people watching us right now. Make sure you slap up that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We got through the Newcastle section, through all the taxes.
You want a score
We're gonna enter the
prediction?
United section, and this is a tax-free zone, so KJ and Staffy can be using running them tax stuff. So everyone watching this right now, slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Special shout out goes out to Steve, of course, Ryan and Amin for the super chats. Big up to you guys, gracias. Make sure you all slap up the like button, subscribe. As I said, minimum 150 likes. Be consistent with that like button, slap it. So, Manchester United. You know, just 4 game weeks ago, I was 12 points behind you. I'd given up. I don't know if we're gonna get it anyway from my perspective, but we sit here. I lost against Brighton in the last minute. I lost to West Ham because of scissor hands in goal. And now it's looking really peak for Manchester United. And I want to go to KJ first because I know I've heard Staffy and I know he's a bit more wild when it comes to Man United. He's a bit more angry, more emotional. Let me go to the relaxed guy first and then come to the angry guy.
I'm not.
Hey, it's the Arab tax. It's the Arab tax. Go on, KJ. Your thoughts on the Man United top 4 situation?
I think I unfortunately think the worst is going to happen. I think we will bottle it. We go through these periods at Man United where not just like in the season, but just in general, where we will go in top 4, look like we're building, collapse. Go into top 4, look like we're building, collapse. And we go through this seat, and sometimes we make it in there, sometimes we don't. And it's just the same repeat cycle. And unfortunately, it's happening again. We've won the Carabao Cup. We was looking high, it was looking ready. We looked like a team that was about to go somewhere. We beat Barcelona in that week as well. We beat Leicester in a good fashion as well. So everything was looking like we were on up. And then obviously the 7-0 happened. And to be fair, I don't even blame the 7-0 for the collapse. It was the severe draw that really like hit it home, where we were under the ascendancy. We just needed one more goal to kill off the game. We couldn't do it. And then boom, 2 goals in. And it's looked like the confidence has been sucked out of the players. Whenever we go down, we're in that period again where we just don't look like we're going to score. We don't look like we're going to come back. Some of the players look like they got no idea what they want to do, how can they improve, how to be better. So yeah, when Man United in that rut, it's not a nice rut to be in. And yeah, I just can't see where the improvement comes back. I just don't. Like, we can maybe win.
You don't think you're going to get top 4?
No. I think I've seen it too many times. I've seen these guys do this too many times for the last 10 years. I can smell when they're just out of it, and they're out of it. They're mentally, I think a lot of them are gone. Luke Shaw's penalty that he gave away was head loss. De Gea not saving that goal, head loss. Us not being able to get a goal back against West Ham, head loss. Their heads are gone. They're not fully focused. Part of me feels like some of them got the Carabao Cup and it was like, okay, job done. You know what I mean? We've completed it. And then the rest of some others, it's just they just haven't got the mental capacity right now to get the job done. We are very fragile right now. So yeah, I can see us winning a game, but then drawing 2 and then winning the last one, but it's not enough. It won't be enough. That won't be enough. We need 9 points, not 8.
You've got 4 games left, right?
4 games left. if we win 2, draw 2, that's 8 points. We need 9.
We need 9, hoping Liverpool don't. I mean, hoping Liverpool to slip. But if they don't slip any of the games, we need exactly 9.
We need exactly
Staffy,
9.
I'm gonna be real with you before you even go. Like, listen, I've been a Liverpool fan for a long time. When I see like this version of Liverpool, we ain't dropping points. I'm gonna be sorry with you. We're gonna.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying we need.
I really don't see us dropping points. Honestly,
they are not. You are not losing a single game. And people, I remember before when we was talking about Liverpool, and it's like in January and stuff, and it's like, can they get better? Can it is? And I said before, look, I like to banter and say like it's done, it's over, blah blah. On a serious like this is Klopp we're talking about here, who's been on the exact same position before. You needed 10 wins in the bounce to get top 4. You get 10 wins in the bounce. You needed what? Probably between 10 and 7 wins in a row. You're on course to do that. So, like, I don't expect nothing from Liverpool.
If we win the last 3 games, we would have won 9 in a row.
9 in a row, like literally 9 in a row. Wow. 10 and 9 in a row. Like, that is flipping ridiculous. And as a Man United fan, I can't look to Liverpool right now. I got to just look at us and be like, are we in the position to win 3 games out of 4? And I can't say that we are. We're not in the position to win 3 games out of 4 unless this week break. Let's caveat one thing. This is the first week break that we've had for a while. You know what I mean? We've been playing 2 games a week for most of the season. That helps us, then I'll be grateful. But with the way that they are mentally, the way we're playing on the football pitch, the play is awful. The confidence is low. I personally don't see how we do it. Like we would drop points somewhere, and we'll do it twice, because we can lose 1 more game, and still get top 4. But I reckon we drop points twice, and when that happens, it'll be done. So sorry, fans, I just can't see us doing it.
Staffy,
all right. So here's my thing, KJ. I'm familiar with your game, and I'm not sure if this is you being honest or you doing what you usually do.
Staffy's taking some shots today.
No.
Piontek, Piontek at Milan.
KJ's my guy. It's not even
like a conversation, man.
So this is what happens in the Man United chat. KJ's always the person who, as Sam said in the beginning, a little bit pessimistic with his team. But here's the reason. When it goes...
You can't reveal.
You're back.
My bad. So here's the thing. KJ, when he's pessimistic and it goes against what he said, it's reverse judge. And KJ loves that.
That's right.
Because he knows.
Okay.
So it's reverse judge. When it happens, KJ's like, told you it would happen. So I don't know if this is one of them or if he actually.
No. You know why? I'll tell you it's not reverse judge, because in this situation, I've got nothing to gain. I've got there's enough. There's enough for me. There's enough games for us to actually make it. It's not like a one-off game where I can be like, it's the last game of the season. I'm gonna say we're not gonna do it, and when we do it, like I'll be like, I did it. I was wrong, and yes, happy. But we've got 4 games. We can easily make it back. We've got 3 of them at home. So statistically, we have a good home record.
Only loss was Brighton.
Yeah, last loss is Brighton at home. Like that's last loss that we had like way back at the start of the season. So I statistically believe we can do it. So, like going by maths, going by probability, winning 3 home games is not hard for Man United. We've been doing it all season. But I'm going by what I'm seeing on the football pitch, and I don't see the way back.
I agree with you. Based on what we saw, yes, I agree with you. But here's my thing. This is why I think we will do it. First of all, I want people to know I trust this manager way more than I trust the team. I probably don't actually trust this team, but I trust the manager. And here is why. So throughout the season, I think we've only went twice through a period where we didn't win 2 in a row. It was the beginning of the season when we lost to Brighton at home, then to Brentford. And it was after the Liverpool loss. And that was actually worse because we lost to Liverpool, tied Southampton. And you can argue it was the day we had the Casemiro red card. Maybe if he would have stayed on, we would have won. You can argue that. And then we went away to Newcastle and lost. So that was 3 games in a row where we didn't win. So these are the only two incidents that happened. Now, KJ mentioned a very good point. This week we actually have a midweek rest, and I think this team, I don't know how long it's been since we had a midweek rest. It's not only just the fact that I might think that the players are fatigued. That wasn't going to be my point. My point is, like, at this point, when you look at this team, they really need some time on the training pitch with the coach. And I feel like this week couldn't come any sooner. I was hoping we're going to pick up 3 points before this week happens, because I thought we would pick up 15 in our last 5 games. So that was my prediction, actually. And I got that.
Damn, you went 0 for 2.
No. After the
0 for
Brighton one. So, like, basically the West Ham game into the next 4. So now we can only get 12 from the 15. The reason is I thought West Ham was so shit that we would beat them anyways. And then we can be back on that training pitch with the manager, working on what the hell's going on wrong with this team. Also, at the same time, you got Garnacho back. He kind of helps you on your offense, because our offense has been crap recently. So I thought this week couldn't come any sooner, because our performances have been dreadful. I wouldn't really blame the defense, because, like, when you look at our losses, one of them was a penalty. Okay, you can blame Luke Shaw for that, but you can't blame the defense as a whole for that. And then you get the De Gea goal. You can't really blame anyone other than De Gea on that. You know what I mean? So our defense hasn't been shaky. This is why you never hear me, even when I go on the terrace, I never mention Varane and Lissandro, because I don't think they're the reason we're not winning. Yeah. You go on the flip side, the offense is just horrible. There's no goals coming from anyone. Rashford dried out.
But once again, even if you keep a clean sheet but can't score, that still is a bad result. A nil-nil is also bad.
Exactly.
Which is why I think a total break in the middle will help us. Because when you have a game every 2-3 days, you don't really have time to sit there and work on what's going on wrong. You just have a day to recover, a day on the training pitch, and then you're ready for the next game again. People will might look at us and well, you got knocked out of the Europa League. That was one less tournament. No, because as soon as we got knocked out, we had to play the FA Cup the week after, and then we played the game in hand that we had in the league after. So we actually haven't seen the benefits of what
being out of the Europa League. Yeah, it's
crazy.
Crazy.
Remember when Arsenal fans, we said we had bigger fish to fry? We had no time to fry no fish. We've been eating chicken tenders since. It's all fast food. You know, there's no time to cook nothing. So I feel like this break. And this is more of a hope because, as I said, I trust my manager more than I trust the team. I trust this week's rest will show.
I get what you're saying, but if you don't trust the players, then that's bad too, you know? You're basically saying they can't deliver what the manager is asking.
Yeah, I don't trust the players, Sam, but I've seen these players overperform at a certain point of the season. When we went, because let's be honest, other than losing the first 2 games up until the Liverpool game, when you look at that period of 3 months, we looked unstoppable, honestly.
Yeah. At one point,
in the league. I don't even remember what the record was, but we went in a double digits game where we were.
I'll look into it.
We went.
Yeah, I would love to know that stat because I don't know how many games in a row we had. The odd game where we lost to Arsenal away.
It was up until the final Carabao Cup, right?
Basically, yeah. And what I'm trying to remember in that period, we only lost 2 games. One was Arsenal away and one was Man City away. But we had a very good period where every game we were going in, I was very confident. And this is why I keep saying I trust this manager more than the players, because I've seen these players overperform due to the manager. And then you look at the last couple weeks, these players look like of old again. They look like last year's team where they just sit down and defend. There's no goals coming in. The only thing is we actually weren't getting battered for once. We were just losing 1-0s, and there was a tie that we had. I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was technically the Brighton game that we won in the FA Cup. It was a tie. We just won on penalties. It's not officially a win.
You advanced.
You know what I mean? We advanced, but we didn't win the game. Yeah. So this is like the team of old that I was seeing where all right, we can't pick up wins, but I trust the manager somehow in the next 4 games, as I said, with this week's rest, that he's going to start at least grinding out results again.
I think it's tired. This is tired, man.
Go on.
Sorry. No, quickly, I just think you're just tired, period. That's what I feel. Like, maybe have a little midweek rest or not. I think you're just tired mentally, physically, and there's other factors where I just believe no matter what, I feel like what you can work on next season is somehow getting better service.
Don't you think it's a lot more mentally than physically, though?
It's
I
both.
think Hussam,
I think it's both.
I'll tell you why Hussam is right. It's more mentally than physically. Because I'll tell you who we don't rotate. We don't rotate the defense, and the defense actually hasn't been bad. But the offense, we have a lot of rotations. Martial comes back in, so we bench Weghorst, so we're switching between both of them. Rashford had 2 weeks where he was injured, or it was a week and a half, so he came back kind of fresh.
And he's not fully fit either.
He's not fit.
And he gets subbed a lot. So if actually the people that shouldn't be complaining about being tired is our offensive line, and they've been horrible. But the defense, who actually has to play, like Luke Shaw has to play left center back every game. Lindelof has to play right center back every game. Van Bissaka has to play because we even had Malassi out, so Dalot was on the left. These four should be complaining about being tired. And to be very fair, they actually weren't bad. It was the front of the team that I'm looking at, because we keep rotating those 5-6 players, and there's still no goals coming between these guys. So these guys, I think they're more mentally exhausted than physically exhausted, like I said.
Okay.
Man. I was. Oh, sorry, so I'm going.
All I'm gonna say is I can't lie to you. I feel like both of you guys just ain't confident on your teams.
No,
this is
no,
weird.
I think we'll win, Hussam. I think KJ is
like a 1-0. I think you'll do 1-0.
No, it's not about the game. Like the Wolves game.
I'm saying confident about the situation.
Yeah, about the situation. Yeah, the situation I'm not confident about. I think we could beat Wolves, but Wolves have also been a thorn on our side. Like for how many years now? They find a way to beat us at Old.
They beat you last year at the reverse at Old Trafford.
They've beaten us multiple times at Old Trafford. It's frustrating. But I'm not doing Steve. I'm not doing Wolves tax. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about
hungry like the wolf.
I am just talking about where we are as a team right now. It's in a very fragile place where I'm telling you now, lose one more game, and I could
free fall off a cliff.
Techie.
You know what I mean? Like it's getting techie with these man, and I don't like that about our team right now. We're not in that spot where we want to be. And yes, we need to give Ten Hag time to get the players in that can handle this pressure, that can handle these moments. But we're not there yet. So we have to go by what we're seeing right now, and it's getting tough, man. Honestly, these guys, they've given us a lot this season. There's lots to be excited about going into the future. But if we're talking about right now, where they're at and how we feel, as a United fan, I'm not feeling confident at all. I can't.
Okay. Just before we carry on, 1 second, Steph, let me just run through these super chats. Big up to Brio, says Legacy will have us talking. City need 10 league title wins before any banter or criticism. Man United, Chelsea are in the banter era. Always have to explain. Hey, if they bottle top 4, I'll be real with you. Yes, it's a banter era. Maybe the last 10 years. But if this year, if they get it, then they get it. But hey, I hope they do bottle it. Wolves, I'm with you. Wolves, I'm with you. I won't do that. Because it's late at night. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, inshallah, this Saturday. Big up to you, Brio. Big up to Slim Ake, who says winning the Carabao Cup and resting on your laurels is nasty work. Manchester underwhelming. I love the fact that you're a City fan, Slim Ake. I love the hatred. This is what drives our sport. Nothing better than just hating another club. Honestly, sometimes I feel like my hatred towards other clubs drives me more than even my love for my own. It's just the hatred is just a beautiful part of the beautiful game. And listen, if they do bottle top 4 and lose the FA Cup final, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That would be.
Oh, no. There's no doubt. We're not winning the FA Cup. I don't know why people think we will.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be
a man.
City.
You never know, bro.
I'm not joining KJ on that. I'm not.
Have faith, man.
Yeah,
Manchester United, man.
No faith to be had there. We just know what go
I'm here to balance out KJ. We can't all.
I love KJ, man. KJ just out here giving up, waving the white flag. KJ's just like, nah.
There is, you know what it is? There is fight to be had, but I'm like, it's not right now. You know what I mean? Come back in the summer, and then you'll see again. Like during the Carabao Cup final, I was confident we was going to win that. I was confident that we was going to beat flipping Barcelona, and we did. So for me, it's not about always playing everything down. It's how do I genuinely feel in a moment, and in the moment, it's peak, bro.
So when KJ
take you man across the line, KJ says Michael.
Yeah.
Hey, that
I don't know Webb. If we're supposed to be paying him, where are our flipping pens? We've been denied so many pens this year, bro.
We have 2 penalties this season. You can't even say, you guys. You really can't say that anymore. I think Nottingham Forest than us. Like, come on.
You actually believe that? You actually believe that you're not backed by the refs?
Bro,
Come on.
Bruv.
I have spoken on the
Casemiro
refs.
is-
Oh,
Bro, the refs are
Wait,
against
wait,
everyone.
Man, the refs doesn't suck. But listen
yeah,
to this.
it's been horrible.
Yeah, but both Casemiro's reds are questionable. You can argue that it should have been a yellow. Both of them questionable. Don't look at me like that, because when Fabinho was doing up a red card challenge and got nothing,
I said
then
it's a red.
yes. Yeah, I know you said it's a red. But
but you
this
still
is
didn't
what I
get it.
mean. You said it was a red, but yet he didn't get one. So how are we benefiting from ref decisions when we're getting
No
the
one's
reds?
benefiting from Premier League refs,
Hey,
bro.
Liverpool,
saying.
innit?
Because Sam,
Liverpool,
admitting
innit?
it's a red card doesn't really change anything. We appreciate you admitting it, but it didn't change.
I can lie to you.
The result is still
The
same.
people on this panel who are supposed to be the most upset about refs are Steve and Specs, because the
No,
refs just been doing over Newcastle.
I mean,
Brighton. Brighton's been robbed a lot of times by the refs.
yes,
Yeah.
Brighton. Yep. But bro, for
Yeah.
me, Premier League refs, ever since like 2019, I've just been in the mindset they do this on purpose to make the
Yeah, they
games
just
more
suck.
entertaining.
They're
Entertainment
awful.
tax.
Listen, bro, there
No.
was a few incidents where this is why I don't talk about the refs.
Against West Ham, there was nothing wrong, though. I'm going to be real with you. There was nothing wrong, really.
Actually, West Ham should have had a penalty.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
that. If anything, there was a
No, I mean for you. There was no decision
No.
for you.
No, yeah.
But I was actually going to say against us, we kind of deserve to have a penalty against us. But the only reason I don't entertain that is because there was a few chances this season for us to get a penalty. Like there was the Weghorst one that looked kind of similar, like the one that Nunez got against Fulham.
No, it was
today.
even worse.
There was the one where Rashford kind of got clipped by.
That wasn't the same.
It's similar. It's not
Yeah,
the-
no. The Weghorst one against Nottingham
It was
Forest.
similar.
He
yeah.
gets the ball first and he gets booted in the leg, and it's like no, play on.
And
But
it was-
I've seen the last 2 weeks, those exact things have been happening, and they've been given pens. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
what the hell, bro? And the
I
biggest one
can't
for
lie
me-
to you. The referees need to get together and just agree on like what
They
is and
agree on
what
things
isn't.
because
They
it's
don't,
crazy,
but
bro.
Hussam, they don't need to. It's the
And
Premier
by the way,
League,
even the
bro.
Lindelof handball, maybe like 50% of the Prem referees give that, 50% don't.
Yeah,
Like I don't think that, there came a point in time, I think like 10 years ago or so, where they just made the decision like, oh my god, we're just gonna give every like penalty,
Yeah.
every handball
Yeah.
penalty,
Yeah,
and it just got to the stage where it's ridiculous. I still remember Suarez flicked it onto Rafael's hand and they gave that penalty. They're like,
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
any handball's a penalty. I think that was a bit too much, and then they went too much to the other side, and now. Like you see the Lindelof one, even the Man United fans, by the way, it's not just me. Man United fans are saying, okay, he moved his hand towards it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course, it's a penalty. But I think there's just inconsistency. But forget referees now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Man United's inconsistencies first. And then we'll get to the referees.
But
Before we do
Sabia,
that,
yeah,
on,
go on. Oh, sorry. No, I just want to quickly pull it out there because I asked all the Man United fans that I deal with. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Sabia.
no problem.
Staffy and KJ, yeah. There's a narrative going around here, or question. Is it worse if Arsenal don't win the title or you lot dropping out the top 4?
Us dropping out of the top 4 because Arsenal are going against flipping Man City of all teams, and we're going up against Newcastle, a poor Liverpool, a poor Spurs, and a Brighton team that are clearly not there yet. So it'll be worse if we drop out.
I agree with you. I didn't.
Staffy, what are you saying?
Yeah, I said I agree with KJ. Me personally, I would be a hypocrite if I say anything else because all season I've been saying Arsenal's not going to win it regardless of what's going on. And I've been backing my team. I'm still backing my team right now to finish in the top 4, So if we fall out, then I'm supposed to hold that L and there's nothing else I could say. It's a bigger bottle job than that. Yes, I understand that they were leading for 93% of the way, but we kind of know, like, okay, we know City's always there. So you can look at the stats, but don't ignore what actually you know, like about Manchester City as a team. Whereas us, I think we spent like 200 and something days in the top 4. It's easier to hold
41 days. That's a long ass time.
It's a long time. I don't remember the last time we were at a top 4. And as Sam said, there was some point like 2 weeks ago that they were 12 points behind us. I have to, with the confidence that I've been talking all season that we will finish at top 4, that to me is a bigger bottle jump. And I'll stay.
Okay. I love the honesty there from both of you guys. I can't lie. That's honest.
I'm not always angry. You just have to like.
Hey, listen. I said at the start when I introduced you, I said it's Igal's fault. Igal out. 100% it's Igal out all day.
It's always a gap. Always hear back.
100%. Listen, before we just head into the final segment, just about 10 minutes or so, 50 minutes, we're going to wrap up. Big up to Ramsey, big up to Ake, Brio, Ryan, Amin, and Steve for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you all slap up that like button. There's 270 people watching us. 200 likes, guys. That's the target. So slap up that like button. Subscribe, my lovely people. Like the video now and subscribe. Keep getting your opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, big up everyone for the super chat. So now look, two Man United questions to our guys. And ask Terry this. So you bet your ass I'm gonna ask Cage, I'm gonna ask Staff. Two things. First of all, thoughts on Man United fans who want Ten Hag out if you guys don't get top 4. And the second question is, there's rumors been surfacing, the same guy that has got you in this position to begin with, scissor hands, man like Davide De Gea is about to sign a contract extension. What are your thoughts on both kind of parts? Let me go to Staffy. Let me hear the angry guy first. Go on, Staffy.
Here we go. Wait, what was the first question again? Oh, about Ten Hag.
Go on De Gea first. I know your mind's on De Gea. Go on De Gea first.
Okay, I'd rather call him, and I don't know if that's a worldwide term, but Steve's definitely gonna know what I'm talking about. Butterfingers. I like that more than
Yeah.
You know, if you guys don't,
Butterfingers.
I don't know if that's only in the US. Butterfingers.
No, Butterfingers is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Butterfinger is the worldwide thing, bro.
Okay, I didn't know because you never know what Americans, they make up their own food all the time.
Yeah.
But okay, I thought of Butterfingers. Listen, man, I think if you watched the Terrace last week, I was very calm about my take about De Gea. I think on another day with more energy, I would have exploded. But he was looking that I was very calm that they had no energy to go off. But I basically went De Gea out that day. And that's coming from someone who, like all season, I've been defending him for his shot stopping ability versus his ability to play out from the back. Reason 4 is that I kept saying, I don't care if my goalkeeper is bad with his feet or not, as long as the 10 outfielders in front of him are not good on the ball. Once you give me 10 players that are good on the ball, including the defense, because that's the most important part to build from the back, then I'll be De Gea out. But then I think De Gea heard that and he was like, hold my beer. I'll give you a reason to say De Gea. Then he did that. So to me, if I defend you for your shot stopping and you can't stop a shot like that, I feel like all of us here, if we were in goal, we would have saved that. Then I have to say De Gea out. I just couldn't anymore. This guy has too many mistakes in him. Like, I can't handle it anymore. The thing about his contract, though, you have to be very careful that I don't think there's a lot of good goalkeepers out there that you can get.
Yes, there are.
No, hold on. I didn't say there's not good goalkeepers. There's not too many good goalkeepers that you can get. Like, because ideally you would say, oh, give me the guy in AC Milan. Okay, we would all take him.
Big Mike.
Yeah.
Not me. Speak for yourself.
Magic Mike Magnon.
No, I'm saying hypothetically, if you were to take a goalkeeper right now in a team, you would take him. Like, I'm not saying he's better than Alisson, and that's not.
But I think the biggest problem with the De Gea contract is the guy that's been starting for Man United for the last 10 years, you're basically going to ask him to sit on the bench. That for me is going to be an ego clash there and a problem.
How many teams have done that? Because I'll give you a prime example. You had Courtois going into Chelsea at a very young age, and they had Peter Cech. And they had to.
But Petr Cech was like Petr Cech at an old age,
I don't think that old. If you look at it,
but you know what it is. That was also, that was Petr Cech when he was declining, and he wasn't. Obviously, when we went to Arsenal, we saw that he was properly declined. I think it's the same situation with De Gea. He has declined massively, and
younger age.
And it's not about age; it's about his ability. My frustration with De Gea is he's actually cost us games, like 1000%. If he didn't do X, we would be fine. So he cost us that West Ham game. I remember against Everton when we lost 4-0, he started it because he booted the ball at flipping Calvert-Lewin. You know what I'm saying? I remember there's times against like Watford, he flaps the ball into his own flipping net. Like, it's all these little things that have built up over the last 3 years.
The season, if you remember the first goal, it was an easy catch. I think it was Da Silva, the guy that plays for Brentford. Easy hold for the ball, and he flips it and goes to the goal.
Yeah, and it's all these little things, all these moments have built up over the last 3 to 4 years. Ever since the World Cup, where he played for Spain, that guy has been damaged. And yes, he'll go through periods where he's like really good, looking great again. But then he will flipping do things like we saw against West Ham. And I'm getting to a point where I love Dave. He'll always be a legend in my eyes. He will always have the respect of Man United fans. But you need to either leave or hold bench, because if we're in, he is.
Do you think he can hold bench? That's even a better question.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, it's not about if you think you have to. Because if you
getting reduced,
like, I don't care if he wants to play. If he wants to play, leave. You know what I'm saying? If you want to play football, leave. If you want to stay at Man United, you hold bench, because he at times is so weak mentally and physically. The way he gets bullied off the ball is ridiculous. The way that he always will go down and try and claim fouls is ridiculous. The biggest one against Arsenal, when he was clutching himself and
when Fred
Smith Rowe scored an open goal and he's there just trying to hopefully get a free kick. Bruv, it was your own player. If he was paying attention, or if you didn't care about being fouled and got back up, you could have got the ball and then also laid down, and then the game would have stopped. But no, man was sitting there waiting for the ref. That's mentally weak.
AJ, you don't even have to go that far. The West Ham, there was a goal that they scored and got disallowed for a foul. Yes, it was a foul.
How about this, you guys?
Yeah.
Genuinely. If De Gea is your number one goalkeeper, are you Ten Hag? Because I have seen people, and you know me, I don't lie. I really have seen Man United fans who have fully said that, by the way.
No, they have. And I think the reason why I say that's just, I think it's ridiculous doing that, because again, we are not sure who we're going to own us. We are not sure what our budget's going to be. So if you're telling me that because the Eric Ten Hag can't get what he wants, therefore you want to beat Eric Ten Hag out, I think that's stupid, because I'm pretty sure he's, with all the links that we've had over the last year about goalkeepers, with all the reports coming out saying he's going to get a new contract, but he's reduced wages and potentially a reduced role in the team, it clearly shows to me that he's not Eric Ten Hag's number one. So if he's not Eric Ten Hag's number one, and then the club are like, actually, mate, you either get a £20 million goalkeeper who's not that good, or you get no one, it's like, how can I blame Ten Hag for keeping De Gea? It's not his, literally, this is not his issue. It's a club issue that they need to sort out.
I couldn't agree with KJ more, because we'll never know that the behind the scenes that it never gets revealed. You know what I mean? You get rumors, but you never actually know what happened. As KJ said, there's no way we've been having rumors with goalkeepers for that long, just at the end for Ten Hag to say, oh, well, I never wanted a goalkeeper anyways. And I don't want him defending De Gea in the media to get anyone twisted. Every manager,
but he has. He said he wants to keep. He said he wants to keep him.
Let me say this. Managers come out and defend their players after mistakes. So I'm not gonna use what he says in the media versus what I think he's doing with these rumors. And aside of that, we've had a track history of recently a lot of managers wanting certain things at the club and not getting it, especially under the Glazers, which brings back what KJ said about the ownership, to be true, because we have Mourinho as an example. When he wanted certain players and didn't get him, I don't even need to go that far. Earlier in the summer, when Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong, he did everything to get Frankie de Jong, and they couldn't deliver. And we ended up getting Casemiro, who's a different profile of player. And
to be fair on that one, Staffy, that one wasn't a United issue. If man says no. What can you do?
De Jong just rejected you 100 times.
We just got rejected, bro.
Okay, he just don't want to leave. You know, it's like us and Barella. Barella don't want to leave Italy, bro. There's nothing you can do.
But just like Rafael Leao don't want to leave AC Milan.
Rafi, if you are an Ajax Academy graduate and you're playing for Barcelona and you've made it, why are you trying to leave for?
100%. But I can also use Gakpo as an example, because from what we heard,
that one's a better one.
Gakpo wanted to come to Manchester United, was really sold on him, and then
what a player.
I remember when he ended up signing for Liverpool, the rumors came out that as much as Ten Hag wanted him, the higher up said, well, we don't think he's the right profile of player for us.
Yeah, and it costs too much money, bro. 35 million, you crazy. All right, Hussam, I'll let you know. I wanted Gakpo. I don't know if you know. I wanted Gakpo. I never slate the guy because I really like
know you did.
And when he signed for you, I was fuming. And now we got
and he scored against both your clubs as well.
Yeah, Yo,
I've always liked Gakpo as well because I love watching the Eredivisie, and Gakpo for me.
I'm
Good.
sorry, not sorry, KJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
not
he's coming
sorry.
good. He's coming good. He's coming good.
Good player.
Big up
man.
to Kenneth. De Gea didn't cost us for. Listen, Kenneth, my brother, De Gea put the ball in the back of his own net. With all due
Yeah,
respect, if I show my mom the goal, she'd have been like, I would be able to save that. Like, what are we doing?
Kenneth, think about this. If he has been a wonder strike where no keeper would have saved it, and then on top of that, our forwards weren't scoring goals, I can be like, all right, cool.
Like
Fine.
the Vinicius goal, for example.
Yeah.
De
Something
Bruyne,
like that,
yeah.
cool, innit? Fine. It's on the strikers. But when you've just allowed it to go past you and fumbled it, I'm sorry. The strikers have a lot to blame in terms of us not scoring goals. But his flipping job is to make sure that flipping ball don't go into the back damn net. It's too easy, bro. It's too easy. I'm sorry, man.
It is.
He was at fault for that, man.
I agree with you, KJ, there. So now, before we let you guys know, go and let the people know where to find you, there's just one final question. It's time for the truth table. It's time for them predictions. Hey.
Oh, wait,
so
we didn't answer what we thought about the Ten Hag outers.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. They are foolish. That's what I'm gonna say. They are foolish. They are spoiled. They are thinking this game is Football Manager and flipping FIFA. This is real life. I get people have preferences, but your preference don't matter when you don't control the club. The arrogance that fans have to say that, oh, because he's not done the thing that I want him to do straight away, that he needs to go, is arrogant as hell, and I think it's stupid. Listen, these same fans will call all our players crap, overrated, don't want them here anymore, they're a waste of space, not fit enough to wear the shirt, and expect a manager to come in with one summer and make us Premier League champions. How does that flipping? It don't make no damn sense. It don't work like that. It's
what
stupid.
A quote from KJ there. This is real life.
This is real life, man. This is real life. Staying down with FIFA. Because if I went on FIFA, I could get rid of every single player I wanted, bring in whoever I wanted,
Sugar daddy.
win the league. I could do that in one season. But guess what? I can't, because this ain't a flipping game, is it? So people need to realize that, look, it's gonna take a summer, 2 summers, even 3 summers to get us to a point where we can win the flipping league.
Sort out your owners first, though. Sort out your owners first before all that.
Exactly.
Next conversation.
Me and Specs know as people, and Hussam with the owners before.
Jim Ratcliffe, what have you got for me, Jim Ratcliffe? Jim?
Let's
do this, Jim.
Listen,
let's do this, Jim.
Yeah, you know what would be funny?
And let's do something to the Sheikh. Sheikh,
this guy.
But you wanted me first.
Funny.
Come back. I'll let you back in. I'll let you back in, Sheikh. Come back, bro. Come back. Sir Jim, we all with you. England with you. The Middle East with you. All non-Man United fans with you. We with you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Do your thing, bro. Go own Man United. And Qatar, call me. I'm only in Jordan. I'm your neighbors. I could be the man in between you and Liverpool Football. I'm ready.
Wait, you know, it'd be funny if we get Sir Jim and we end up winning the Premier League before Liverpool. That would be flipping hilarious. Yeah, but hey, listen, Jim is Jim. The owners are the owners. But Ten Hag is not a miracle worker. He's not a magician. He's not a flipping wizard. He's not a genie. He is a man trying to run a football club. So allow him the time to do that, because the same people saying they want Conte, Simeone to come in, they would give him time. So why can't you say
Simeone, Conte will be crying within 3 games because of football? I promise.
Is what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, oh, but he's a winner and bro. Give the man the same courtesy you would give another manager. He may not be your favorite, but give him the same courtesy, because you would be screaming, he needs to get his players. He needs to install the mentality. Conte needs to do this. Simeone needs to do that.
Yeah.
Well, let Ten Hag do that and prove to us that he's actually not good enough. For me, I have not seen enough to say that hands down 100% he's not good enough. Because 1 year don't mean nothing, bro. He's won a trophy and he's got in the position where we need us to be.
The one thing you guys absolutely need to...
He's a Qatar in the comment section. He's like, I'm going to speak to Sheikh Jassim. Hey, speak to him, brother. He's a Liverpool fan, by the way. So speak to him. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Hey, Jim,
no. St. Jasim's a United fan, apparently.
No, I'm saying Sultan is the Liverpool fan.
Oh, Sultan.
Yeah, he's a
It's
Qatari guy who's a Liverpool fan, and I'm saying call Sheikh Jassim. Let's set this up.
Oh,
Hey,
good-
listen,
good
we
thing,
ain't
man.
gonna do all this drama, man. Let them have Man United and you know, come home, Sheikh. But anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap up here. But before we do, 3 important questions to everyone on the panel.
Yeah.
Everyone in the comments, like the video, subscribe. We're approaching 200 likes. Now, 3 questions. Leeds prediction. I don't want no paragraphs, no life stories. This is your time to put your balls on the line. Predictions. No taxes, no paragraphs, none of that. Leeds, Newcastle prediction. Wolves, Man United prediction. And then tell the people where they can find you. Steve, go on.
2-1 Newcastle United, and you can find me on Strasbourg Steve YouTube. I'll be doing a watch along from my Dutch boys on Zed Alkmaar. We're playing West Ham in the Europa Conference League, so that'll be a good one.
What's your Man United prediction? Don't forget that.
Man United prediction 1-0 win versus Wolves.
Boo. Okay, big up Steve, man. Thank you for coming on as per usual. Specs, great debut, my brother. Thank you for coming on. Same 3 questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle United. Wolves, Manchester United, I'm going 1-0 to Man U. And my channel, which I just started out on, is Geordie Dread TV, all Newcastle and just football in general. Appreciate support, like, subscribes. Peace.
Big up Specs, man. Big up Specs. KJ, go on.
You stole my scoreline for the not Liverpool game, the Newcastle game, Specs. So I'm going to say 4-1 to. Actually, no, because of its tax time, 4-2 to Newcastle against Leeds. Man United 2-1. We'll scrape it in the end against Wolves. And then where to find me? The only place to find me is the Football Terrace. The Football Terrace is where it's at. Go visit that. And actually, tell a lie, there's another place. The Borders and God podcast is returning. So when it comes out, make sure you go over to their YouTube channel. I actually interviewed actual footballers who have a faith in Christianity. So guys, go look over there. I've interviewed some interesting people. So yeah, go.
Big up KJ, man. Big up. I see you did work with Igalo as well, right? Igalo was the one.
They've got interviewed Igalo, interviewed Benikofobi, Anthony Alanga. This next season, or season 2 of the pod, we got some nice names on there. We got some nice names, including one Premier League footballer who's playing literally playing right now.
Active.
Yeah, active
Okay.
footballer. Played on the weekend. Oh, yeah, yes.
Cool. Big up KJ, man. Proud of all your work. Wolves FI is a Wolves fan. He says Wolves gonna win 4-0. You're welcome, Liverpool. Hey, Wolves. Hey, I haven't done a single Wolves watch along this whole year. This Saturday, inshallah, I'm gonna be here. Oh, I'm gonna be here, bro. I'm gonna be wearing the Wolves colors. I'm gonna be trying to go get the Wolves mask somewhere. I'm gonna be here. Thank you for the super chat, and we're all with you. The entirety of Liverpool Football Club is on your side, my brother. Big up to you. Thank you for the super chat. And finally, Staffy, last but not least, same 3 questions. Go on.
Listen, if Wolves beat us 4-0, this is probably my last show on YouTube. So you can never make an appearance. So if you want Staffy to stay in the YouTube world, you better pray that doesn't happen. But no, I think let's start with the Newcastle one. I think Newcastle win 2-1. I think you guys got that, so no more tax. I think we beat Wolves 2-0. And where to find me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ildonstafi. That's my same handle on both. And Hussam, if you don't mind, I want to give a shout out to my YouTube channel that I'm actually on right now, but it's in Arabic. So if you don't mind, I want to do it in Arabic.
Of course. I know him as well. Shout out to AGCast as well. He reached out to me, actually. Big up to him.
We're trying to recruit Hussam, but he's too busy for us. So if you guys want to see him doing his work in Arabic, give this shout out in Arabic right now. لكل جمهورنا اللي بيتفرج من الإمارات، من مصر، من أمريكا، من أي حتة في العالم وبتتكلم عربي. بتابعونا وفولو اس على اليوتيوب قناه البيك 5 اسمنا بالعربي الخمسه الكبار. بتاعنا الهاندل بتاعنا بيك 5 بس 5 هو الرقم يعني فاكتب بيك 5 وكمل الكلمه. احنا بنطلع كل 2 والجمعه انا ومو من نيفر فاول وايجي كاست هتلاقونا كل مرتين في الاسبوع شغلنا كله بالعربي. تابعونا هناك.
Big up, man. Big up to the guy over there at Edgecast as well. Hey, listen, I told them if I get some free time, I'm gonna hop on there. You know, Hussam in Arabic. I don't think any of you guys have ever heard me speak in Arabic either. But anyway, listen.
Drop it. You're ending the show in Arabic right now.
End the show in Arabic, but how will they understand what I want them to do then?
Well,
we know what you're saying. We know what you're saying.
Just say it.
We know what you're
say
saying,
it,
bro.
I want them
say
to
the
understand in
English,
English
I don't
first. First, I'm going to say big up to Wolves, FY, Kenneth, AJ, Ramsey, Ake, Brio, Ryan, Amin, and Steve for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you all slap up the like button. Make sure you all subscribe. Come back at 11 p.m. And of course, everyone on the channel right now. Who has me in the background?
Someone has a crate.
Someone got me in the background.
Everyone mute.
Yeah, everyone mute. Okay. So, it was you, Specs. So, guys, make sure you follow everyone on the panel. Follow every single person on the panel. All great guys here. Specs is going to come back. Steve's going to come back. KJ Staffy, of course, also going to come back. Great. All great panelists. شكرا لكم جميعا على متابعتكم للقناة. وشكرا لدعمكم المستمر. بحبكم كلكم وتأكدوا انه ترجعوا علينا الساعة 11 بتوقيت بريطانيا عشان نحكي عن ميسون ماونت ونحكي عن ميكاليستر ونحكي عن اوغارتي ونحكي عن كل الاشياء اللي قاعده بتصير مع ليفربول فوتبول كلوب حاليا. So big up to you guys, and they wanted me to end it in Arabic, so I did. I will see you guys then, man. Inshallah. Peace.